Hi there. Today I'd like to talk about how to network with confidence. This is a biggie for a lot of people. For some reason, this big hairy word, networking, causes a lot of angst, anxiety, etc. And quite frankly, preparedness is such a huge piece of the networking puzzle. How to network with confidence. So we talk a lot about being prepared, your elevator pitch, your business cards, things like that. But let's think in terms of, and I always create lists for these things. The fortune is in the follow-up. Lots of people say that, lots of trainers train that. The fortune is in the follow-up. You meet someone at an amazing event and you never hear from them again. Never. I wanted to buy their something. I wanted to share them with my someone. You never hear from them again. The fortune is in the follow-up. So follow up quickly. That's a biggie. You get back to your office and not necessarily that second or have your assistant put all the business cards in your CRM. That's not the follow-up piece. I met you this afternoon at the Chamber of Commerce event, and I was wondering if you have time next week for coffee. Okay. The follow-up part is important. Do you work in the something area? I have a friend or a neighbor or a client or a family member that needs your whatever it is. Follow up quickly. I just can't stress that enough. 48 hours is what a lot of people say, but you're not following up in 48 hours to say, let's meet Tuesday, like right now, 2 days from now. Let's follow up immediately and see what time is a good fit for us that would work for both of our schedules. This is one of my favorites. Connect on LinkedIn. No, no, no. LinkedIn is only for job seekers. Okay. LinkedIn is only for job seekers, in your opinion. I'm not a job seeker and I absolutely love LinkedIn. Absolutely, totally love LinkedIn. Now, if you think in terms of how to connect on LinkedIn, if you don't know the person yet, and you're third tier, as I call it, which means you have no connections in common, that's a little trickier to navigate. Like you might need their email address, but if you have their business card, you automatically have their email address. Okay, so let's think about that. You connect on LinkedIn. Just a little note of introduction. I met you at the Chamber of Commerce event. I met you at Susie's networking group. I did the lunch and learn, whatever that is. And now you've got an automatic connection and a reason for a new meeting with just the two of you. I can't stress enough how much LinkedIn works beautifully to make those connections bigger. And sometimes it makes them public. That's the part I love so much. It makes them public. And I have a new connection on something, and now I've got 10 million followers. All of that's great. But now you have an opportunity to message those folks. And by the way, when you are in a group on LinkedIn, think about this. You're in a group on LinkedIn, you can message people within the group, even if you're not connected to them yet. And that's as of this video, because all the algorithm and traffic changes all the time. But as of right now, if you're in a group with someone on LinkedIn, you can actually message them. So think about that. Okay, so this is a biggie. And think about it, even with friendships, relationships, whatever that looks like. Stay in touch. That doesn't sound so hard. Stay in touch. Every once in a while, a little something, a little happy this, a little something that. You see, they just had a big job reassignment on social media. Stay in touch. That part is not so hard, but very few people do it. So let's think in terms of what that actually means. Stay in touch with the person. It automatically puts you at a different plateau than everyone else in their network. Puts you on a different plateau. So please consider that as well. Now, we were talking before about networking events, like how to network with confidence. I don't want to go there. It's too big, it's too small, it's too something. If you attend an event regularly, automatically you are going to be the expert in the room, the go-to person for the committee, whatever that looks like. So consistency is such a huge piece of how to network with confidence. Think about it. The first time you walk in anywhere, it's like, where's the coffee? But think about it. If you attend regularly and consistently, people are going to get to know you, and it's not quite so eighth grade dance kind of discomfort. Attend regularly. Find out what that looks like for other people. Consistently, a total consistency. I saw you last week. I saw you last month. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks. They'll know that. And are you only networking to fill that pipeline? Think about that. Are you only networking to fill that pipeline? I haven't had any sales in 2 weeks, so I better get out in the networking world again. People can smell that. But if you attend regularly and consistently, they're going to go, wow, I think that's someone I need to meet. So please, again, attend regularly. Now, this next one is a biggie for me. And again, very few people do it, but let's think about this for a second. If you want to learn how to network with confidence, okay, how to network with confidence, give more than you take. I want leads, I want referrals, I want this, I want something, I want sales, I want whatever that is. How many did you give? Well, none yet, but I will someday. I do this a lot when I'm hosting posting parties from a standpoint of recommendations. Alignable is a great platform for recommendations. You get to see them visibly on someone's platform. Guess what else is a great place? Where else is a great place for recommendations and no one uses them effectively yet? LinkedIn. So when I say to someone, oh gosh, I just looked at your profile and you haven't gotten any recommendations in 3 years. Are you at a business? No. Well, why don't you have any recommendations? I don't know. So I look at the given and received thing because you can find out how many they've given. And you go to the given thing and it's either zero or not recently. So they say, I don't have any recommendations. And I say, because you haven't given any, I don't do that. Well, how can you expect to get recommendations if you don't give them? Okay, so let's think about how to network with confidence. Give more than you take. Give more than you take. Okay, so give a recommendation, find out if it comes back a millionfold. Give another recommendation, find out what happens. Now, from my experience, networking is not instant. Okay, which means I walk into a Chamber of Commerce meeting and I sell 500 of my widgets. For many of us, that's not how it works. But for many of us, that's how relationships are built. Long-term, fabulous, amazing relationships. So please consider, if you haven't already, give a recommendation or two on Alignable, on LinkedIn, Google Business Review, whatever you want to do for a review. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Give more than you take. How to network with confidence, my friends. There are ways to do this. There are certainly ways not to do this. But in this situation, wouldn't it be cool if we learned some of the cool tips and techniques about networking and learned that there is definitely a way to do it effectively? Give more than you take. How to network with confidence.